I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And I'd like to welcome everyone to the South River Board of Education regular meeting for Thursday, October 28th, 2021. In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Laws of 1975 of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the South River Board of Education was provided in the following manner. On October 13, 2021, the notice was delivered to the office of the South River Borough Clerk and posted at the Board of Education Administration Building. On October 13, 2021, the notice was faxed mailed to the following newspapers: Home News Tribune, Sentinel. On October 13, 2021, the notice was posted at the South River Borough Clerk's office. Mr. Kokoschka, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bazak? Here. Mr. Budson?
Here.
Mrs. Bush?
Here.
Mrs. Byrne?
Mrs. Byrne has been excused.
Mrs. Lowe?
Here.
Mr. Nielsen?
Here.
Mr. Rashatar?
Mr. Rashatar has been excused.
Mrs. Sadowski?
Here.
Mr. Manick?
Here.
Ms. Passion?
Okay, thank you. We do have a quorum. At this time, Mr. Kokoschka, could you please go over the minutes for us?
There are no changes from the Monday meeting.
Okay. Board members, what is your pleasure on these minutes?
Move the reading of the minutes.
We have a motion by Mr. Nielsen
Second.
and a second by Mr. Budson. Are there any additional comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. On use of facilities.
There's one addition from Monday's meeting, the South River High School sophomore class.
Okay, board members, any questions on that addition or any other? And is there a motion for the use of facilities?
Nielsen, use of facilities in accordance with board policies.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second.
second by Mr. Bazak. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to our financial report. Ms. Lowe.
Thank you. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby certifies that it is in receipt of the financial report which indicates that no major account has been overexpended and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. The Finance Committee recommends that the reports of the Board Secretary and the Treasurer of School Monies for August 2021 be approved, and I so move.
Thank you. We have a motion by Ms. Lowe,
Nielsen for second.
second by Mr. Nielsen. Any questions or comments on the Treasurer's report, financial report? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. And now we will have a report from our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Zurcher.
Thank you, Mrs. Urbani. I have two items today, the regular monthly report, as well as approval for the NJ CUSAC performance review. We had a committee of stakeholders conduct a self-assessment in all of the areas where we will be monitored this year for CUSAC by the Department of Ed, and that report is included here in this agenda. And in my superintendent's report for this month, I'm going to talk about the Disproportionality Committee, and I do have an update for the board and the public in that regard. We met this month, our district team met virtually with some other districts in the county and in the region. We met with Monmouth University CJCEE, which is the Central Jersey Consortium on Equity and Excellence. And in this meeting, we discussed our goals for the district, just really in regards to evaluating and ensuring equitable access to programs and opportunities for all of our students. So we were asked to develop a goal as a committee, and we chose to begin by addressing the need to develop a common language to help our community members engage in just comfortable, appropriate, respectful conversations about race and equity. And a team of district students also met with a group of mentors and other students in the region to discuss these exact issues as well. So Day of Dialogue is being hosted, and we were helping to organize the County Day of Dialogue, but now we are not just helping to coordinate it, but we're also hosting it. And this event is happening on November 9th and 10th. And this event is for middle and high school teams across the county. There are a total of 33 schools participating from all over the county in the Day of Dialogue, and they will be here in South River in our cafeteria. We also held 2 parent Q&A sessions this week, last week I want to say. And these sessions were really focused on COVID-related guidelines because they do change continuously, and we want to keep our parents informed. And we do understand that some of this guidance, because it changes so often, can become quite confusing. So we wanted to provide parents an opportunity to really post their questions to us, get some clarification on all issues related to COVID, including quarantine instruction, including travel quarantines, really how we make determinations about close contacts, etc. So both sessions were really well attended, but for those who could not be with us, either in the morning session or the evening session, we did put together a Q&A document that is posted on our website, and it lists all of the questions that were presented and also what our responses were during those meetings. So that gives even parents who weren't there some access to that information. My next item is really about returning and connecting in person. We certainly continue to have some obstacles to do this safely, but we're really just moving forward with a lot of our traditional events. We want to maintain the most level of normalcy that we possibly can. We've already done school photos. Our PTAs and our clubs are running their activities and fundraisers. Our project graduation team is planning for their event. We had an outdoor fall pep rally and spirit games to celebrate our school, our athletes, and club members. We had our homecoming festivities back this year. That was really a positive time for us. So we're going to continue to just transition to some of the activities and events that we've been enjoying while figuring out how to adapt them so we can do so safely. And the last item I have to share with you is regarding our graduation rate in August. We posted the latest data related to graduation rate. If you've attended some of our meetings, you know this has been a priority for the district. Increasing our graduation rate was something that we really targeted as a district, and we were making some really great strides in this regard. Pre-COVID, we had gotten our graduation rate up to 93.8%, which was nicely above the state average of about 91%. And now, since COVID, and for this past year, our graduation rate that was just submitted was 86.7. I did ask the state to provide me some data related to what the state average is to see where we compare in that regard. We will not have that data for us until March. But we are already taking a look at what we do for our students that are back in school, who have some credit recovery ahead of them in order to get back on track, who really have to make sure that they pass the graduation requirement assessment. This year, we have a lot of students that just didn't do so in the previous year for a lot of reasons. So we're definitely making sure that we have a plan in place, and we are right back to getting us on track. And so concludes my report.
Thank you very much. That's all very good news. Do any board members have any questions or comments regarding the superintendent's report? If not, can we have a motion on the superintendent's report?
Nielsen moves the superintendent's report is read.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second.
second by Mr. Bazak. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, is there any under consent? Okay, good. Okay, so then at this time, we could move on to our first reception of visitors. And this is so that the public may address agenda items only. There will be a public session later on in the meeting for any matters for the Board of Education. Anyone wishing to address the board on agenda items, please come forward. State your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit on first call, and on second call, and third call. We will close this public portion of the board meeting, And we are going to move on to our consent resolution. Mr. Kokoska.
The South River Board of Education, by means of a consent resolution, adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. And whereas below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the said Board of Education in whole as if the same were individually acted upon. Before I get there, anyone need to do 5.3?
After the consent,
Okay, so I won't include that
we'll
one.
have a separate, yeah, Kevin will ask for the movement and all that stuff. Thank you.
Okay. Then, under the superintendent's report, item 3.2, under the president's report 5.2, under building and grounds 7.1, finance 8.1 through 8.16, instruction 9.1 through 9.8, policy and legislation 11.1 through 11.2, human resources 12.1 through 12.25, and safety and risk items 13.1 through 13.5.
Thank you. We have a motion on the consent resolution.
Madam President, can I, 5.3, can I read that after this? Can I read that out, had it taken out and read it around?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's.
Yes, that's what he asked me, and that's what I told him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't include 5.3.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Motion by Nielsen?
Okay, motion by Mr. Nielsen. There a second on the
Second.
consent. Second by Mr. Bezak. Are there any questions, comments, or abstentions on any of the items under the consent resolution? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Bezak? Yes. Mr. Budson?
Yes.
Mrs. Bush?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Mr. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mr. Vanek?
Yes, thank you, the motion carries. At this time, we have a special presentation. We are going to ask Ms. Danielle Oswald, who is the current president of SRFEE, to please come up to the microphone and make her presentation, after which our board member, Kevin Nielsen, will also be making a presentation. Up there is good. Got that?
Okay. So as you all know, the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence was recreated in 2015. And as one of the founding members, Shanetta and I worked a lot together to get that organization off the ground. So I am very pleased to present this proclamation of appreciation to Ms. Shanetta Turner-Smith. So, whereas Shanetta Turner-Smith is a highly dedicated community volunteer who selflessly volunteered her time for the good of all students of South River for over a decade. As her time in service to our schools and community, Mrs. Turner-Smith has showed a genuine interest and concern for all she encountered. Whereas Shanetta Turner-Smith has served in various areas of community service, including, though not limited to, the South River Public Library Board of Trustees Finance Committee, the Friends of the South River Parks Board of Trustee member, South River Board of Education, the South River High School Booster Club, team representative for the South River Lady Rams soccer, basketball, and track and field, and the South River High School PTSA president. Whereas Shanetta Turner-Smith's volunteer service in our town concludes serving as the president of the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence from its inception in 2015, her dedication to its creation and implementation of the various fundraising initiatives and outreach, while her volunteer involvement was important, so is the ability to always be present at school and sporting events for her two sons and daughter. Now, therefore, I, Danielle Oswald, President on behalf of the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence, take great pleasure in presenting this proclamation of appreciation to Mrs. Shanetta Turner-Smith and extend our thanks for her unwavering support of our efforts and that of the community, and sincerely hope that others will follow her fine example. In witness thereof, I do hereby set my hand and cause the seal of the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence to be affixed this day of Thursday, October 28, 2021, in the presence of all in attendance at the public meeting of the South River Board of Education. Signed, Danielle Oswald, President, and Pamela Borum, Treasurer. That's it.
Come on, you ain't standing over there, let's go. I got more shots than me, I feel like I'm getting those pinfish. This is something that every Board of Ed meeting that we sit here, you would always talk about. We need to do this, we need to find ways to fund our teachers and our students. And when you didn't come back with us to serve, you stepped up and made this happen. We can't make it. So, resolution, whereas Shanetta Turner Smith, my friend, was a founding member of the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence and served as its president from its inception in 2015 until 2021. And whereas Shanetta Turner Smith, of her diligence, perseverance, and tireless energy, created and managed fundraising projects for the benefits of the students and faculty of the South River Public Schools. And whereas Shanetta Turner Smith has shown her dedication to the community by volunteering her time and effort in many other areas, including her past tenure as a member of this board. And whereas the Board of Education at its public meeting of October 28, 2021, wishes Shanetta Turner Smith continued good health and success in the future, and wishes to make this resolution a matter of public record. And now, therefore, be it resolved that this resolution be adopted and spread upon the minutes of this meeting, and that a copy of this resolution be presented to Shanetta Turner Smith, Kenneth J. Kusko, Board Secretary, Cynthia Urbanic, President.
Shanetta?
I'm speechless, and you know that that's hard. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve the community for all these years. Thank you for your support and encouragement, your unwavering support and encouragement. Thank you for all the things that you have done. From the beginning, we were there. I'm not done yet, just in a different capacity. I'll be sharing more about that at a later date. But this is my home, this is my community, this is my town, and as long as I can, I will continue to give back. And again, thank you so much for the recognition and the acknowledgement and all the support all of these years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shanetta.
Thank you. So we have a motion by Mr. Nielsen on that resolution. Can we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Well. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Shanetta, I think Kevin said it best when he mentioned that you sat up here for years and you talked about this organization and getting it formed, how other towns did it. And as Kevin said, when you didn't come back to the board, you picked this up and you ran with it. You ran a marathon. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, moving along with our meeting, we are now going to go to our committee reports, starting with athletics. Mr. Goodson.
There's nothing on the agenda for this month.
We
do have one thing, two things in athletics that I do want to share. We have not just one, but two division coaches of the year. So Miss Amanda Cobb is our Blue Division Coach of the Year, and Mr. Donnie Minto is our Gold Division Coach of the Year. So we're very proud of them. Our soccer teams are still going, and we'll see how they do. We're wishing them lots of luck, and we're very proud of that.
Great, thank you. Thank you for adding that. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Nielsen.
There's nothing new from Monday night's meeting, but I would just like to read a little bit of what Mr. Balaji said his crew are doing. They've readied our building for the cooler temperatures with preparation of the boilers for the heating system. They've replaced rooftop filters in the school. They've put in a new electrical circuits have been installed. I guess we were having some power problems that they were taking care of. Elementary school plumbing lines have been cleared and fixtures have been reinstalled, faucets replaced, and they've done some maintenance with prepping and priming and printing for the installation of office furniture. And they continue to provide the cleanest and safest learning environment possible for our students and staff with our aggressive cleaning schedules, and we can't thank them enough for that. And that'll be it for tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Under finance, Ms. Lowe?
Thank you. We have three changes. 8.14, there's a slight revision to the requisition list. There's an addition. 8.15, addition approved contract 10 Supreme LLC, DBA Supreme Productions, DJ service provider for the 21-22 school year for the prom. And 8.16, addition approved contract thinkcirca.com Inc. For literacy program services for the 21-22 school year. That is all I have.
Thank you. Instruction.
So we have one addition since Monday evening, and that's 9.8. That's the addition of approve adopt textbook for high school calculus. And I just want to highlight a couple of things that Dr. Travisano has updated us about overall. We are in the midst of implementing our K-8 new math program. That's going along very well. He is also doing some mentoring with his new staff. We have 8 new staff members that joined us this year, so that has continued. We are working diligently, I think I'd say this every month, on our curriculum revisions for the upcoming approval, so we are on task for that. Our student assistant counselor at the high school has been working on developing a program for staff and students, so there's more to come, I believe, on that. That's to be helping them both deal with social emotional wellness for them and the community. And that is all I have for this evening.
Oh, thank you. I like hearing that. Under negotiations, we don't have a report. However, as Mr. Parton discussed with us at Monday's meeting, we are getting ready for negotiations that will be upcoming with one of our bargaining units. Policy and legislation, back to you, Ms. Bush.
No changes since Monday.
Okay, thank you. And human resources, Mr. Bezak.
Thank you, Madam President. I have 2 additions since Monday night. Item 12.24, addition approved resignation, Catherine Minto, high school math teacher. And item 12.25, addition approved extended day student academic support staff, 2021-2022 school year. And that's all I have.
Thank you. For our safety and risk management, Ms. Sadowski.
Thank you, Mr. Urbanek. There's one additional item since Monday. Item 13.5 is the addition approved route number T166 to South River High School, Educational Services Commission of New Jersey for the 2021-2022 school year. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. For our school community relations, Mr. Nielsen.
Thank you, Madam President. We have press releases. And English Language Arts, grade 6, we have Zachary Benedict and Sophia Cardoza. 7th grade, Chloe Gothler. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Grade 8, Liam Robinson and Anna Simioz. In math, grade 6, Amy Herrera. Grade 7, Noah Lopez. Grade 8, Amy Cox. Science, Joseph Gopal. In grade 6, grade 7, Luis Gustavo Carmo and Michael Giannanazaka. In grade 8, Shiza Husan. Social Studies for grade 6, Angela DiLolo. Grade 7, Andrew Gill. Grade 8, Albanese Munzo. ESL, we only have grade 8, Valentina Rubio Vilches. Grade 6 for Phys Ed, Malachi Brown. Grade 7, Beatrice Zargo. Grade 8, Jesse Gonzalez. And for cycle in grade 6, we have Destiny Rodriguez. Grade 7, Joseph Hayes. And grade 8, Sunny Lapadura. That is submitted by Mr. Risk. And I also have, this one's on paper, if you excuse me a second, the Adopt a Family Program. South River High School Adopt a Family Program Club is requesting donations to help create a positive and memorable holiday season by supplying gifts, clothing, and necessities to families in need in South River. In the past, this program has been fortunate enough to assist over 100 children in our community as a result of the generous donations received. We are currently asking for toys, clothing, new items only please, food or a monetary gift to assist in purchasing items. If you would like to donate a monetary gift, please make the check payable to SRHS Adopt a Family. For your convenience, a drop-off bin is located at the South River Public Library on Appleby Avenue. Thank you on behalf of the Adopt a Family Program for your generosity and support. Any questions may be directed to Debbie Napolitano at dnapolitano@srivernj.org. And when I was with the police department, we used to assist this Mrs. Giese, was one of our officers' wives who helped run this with her children in school. It's worthwhile. There are some children in town who, without this won't have a happy holiday, and 100 children is a big number for a small town like ours. So if we can do, I know my wife and I usually donate a turkey or two. We get it from our free turkey at ShopRite. So, it's been tough these last couple of years with COVID, a lot of parents out of work, so there may be more than 100 children this year. If our public can do it, we let the police step up. And that's all I have tonight on that, Madam President.
Thank you. That's very important. Thank you very much for commenting on that. And could you continue, please, with the School Board Borough Council Liaison Committee?
Nothing to report during this festive election season.
Thank you. And PTA Liaison, Ms. Sadowski.
Thank you. Just a couple of things that are going on. The primary school, they held their fall festival and their book fair last month. They are also selling Route 18 discount cards that includes restaurants, local businesses from around the area for $20. If you're interested, let me know. Or you can find information in the ERAM. They sold candygrams for Halloween and for the upcoming holidays, and their next meeting is November 17th via Zoom. The elementary school, they are selling spirit wear up until, I believe, Sunday. Shirts, sweatshirts for kids or adults. Ordering information can be found in the ERAM or on Facebook at the elementary school PTA Facebook page. They're also requesting photo uploads for the yearbook. So for Halloween or for any of the spirit days that are coming up, they're posting links so parents can upload photos to help them out from when they're starting to put together the yearbook. And their next meeting, I believe, is next Thursday. And that's all I have, but I do want to say that all the PTAs are still looking for members to help organize and help with fundraising. And it's a great way of giving back to the school and helping the students out. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. And our South River Public Library Liaison, Mr. Boodzen.
The library will be at Trunk and Treat on Saturday. You go to the library, it's all decorated for Halloween. And next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're having their annual book sale, biannual book sale. So come out and support the library. That's all I have.
Thank you. South River Foundation for Educational Excellence, Mr. Nielsen.
Thank you, Madam President. In the absence tonight of Dave, he has an email here that the foundation met virtually on October 19th. They are actively seeking to fill 2 open board positions, student ambassador positions, as well as volunteers from the parent and teacher community.
Information on current and upcoming fundraisers, as well as job descriptions for open board positions and student ambassador positions are available at www.srfee.org. That's all I have, President.
Thank you. And to our new student board representative, Ms. Passion.
Thank you. I don't have anything to report today.
All right, thank you very much. The attorney's report, Mr. Parton.
We have some executive session discussions, but no report for right now.
Thank you. Is there any old or new business to come before the board?
In August, I mentioned the potholes by the cafeteria at the high school, and they're still there, so.
It's on the list.
I know they got rid of the ones in the front of the school.
Yeah, it's one.
It's the main drag here, so
Yeah.
we'll have to look at the ones in the back.
On the list.
Okay.
We're getting to it. Okay, great, thank you. Payment of bills, Ms. Lau.
Thank you. The Finance Committee recommends that all bills presented, having been certified by the School Business Administrator Board Secretary, be paid as listed. And I so move.
We have a motion by Ms. Lau.
Second.
Second by Mr. Nielsen. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, the motion carries. So now at this time, we are going to once again open up the meeting to our reception for visitors. The public may address any concern or comment they have for the Board of Education. If you wish to do so, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit. And this is on first call, and on second call, and third call. We are going to close this public portion. At this time, the board is going to be going into executive session. So be it resolved that pursuant to sections 7 and 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, the following subjects be discussed at a session of the Board of Education closed to the public: personnel matter and attorney-client privilege. It is presently anticipated that the items to be discussed in closed session can be disclosed to the public when resolved. Do we have a motion?
Nielsen.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen. Bush. Second by Ms. Bush. Roll call.
Mr. Bezak? Yes. Mr. Hudson?
Yes.
Mrs. Bush?
Yes.
Mrs. Lau?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Mrs. Dowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Rennick?
Yes. Thank you. The board will be going into closed session now. Thank you very much. And Shanetta, once again, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Emma.